Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to 𝘗𝑣𝖫𝖨𝖏 if you're new here. So today we're doing a reading on more of like a serious topic, I guess, and it is, why are you here on earth? Why did you come to earth? So why did your soul choose to incarnate here on earth and to live this life, you know, in this lifetime right now? So yeah, I hope that it gives you some clarity of why you are here, some clues into your life purpose, what your soul signed up for. We could get general messages, we could get specific messages, we could get one specific reason, we could get many. Who knows what's going to come out, but I'm just going to leave it up to the universe, deliver whatever message needs to come through. And yeah, I really hope that it resonates with you and that you find it helpful. If you do, I'd love it if you liked, commented, and subscribed to my channel. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram, you can do that in the description box below. I will leave the link. And let's get into your piles. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. For pile 1, we have pineapple calcite, pile 2 is called rough Brazilian Amazonite, and pile 3 is blue calcite. Okay, so if you need to pause this video, you can go ahead and do that to choose your pile, tune into your intuition, see which one resonates with you the most. And whenever you're ready, I left the timestamps in the description box below, and I will see you in your reading. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. So if you chose this pineapple calcite, this is going to be your reading about why did you come to earth. So why are you here on earth? So this is definitely a bigger topic, and I hope that I can accurately deliver these messages to you. I think that there's many reasons why we come to earth, you know, as a soul, like why we incarnate here. There's not just like one reason. I think there's many reasons. So who knows what this reading will highlight to us. Maybe it'll hone in on just like one area of your life that, you know, will give you clarity on why you're here, or maybe it'll be many different aspects. But I will tell you that I have a lot of oracle decks that I will be pulling oracle cards from. There are a total of 10. So the shuffling might take a little while, so you can, fast forward through that. I don't know if I'm going to talk while that. I'm not sure what's going to happen yet. But you can always just like fast forward through that. So let's get going. So we have your first oracle card here, and then we'll be pulling your other cards as well. So for your first oracle card, we have balance needed, relationships. Make sure all of your relationships are equal and balanced with giving and receiving. If they are out of rhythm, then the other is sacrificing and can't sustain itself. Therefore, it will create more obstacles to overcome. Know you are worthy and deserve respect in all ways. So this card in specific is giving me a vibe that part of the reason that you are here on earth, why did you come to earth, is to perhaps resolve some sort of relationship karma that you have, to gain balance, to find your own worth. Okay, so pile 1, why are they here on earth? Why did they come to earth? Okay, so I think I'm going to start with going over your oracle cards just because there's just so many here, and I don't even think we have room for tarot cards right now, but like already there's so much coming through, so we can just start here. So 4 cards wanted to come out from this deck. Messages from your angels. Okay, so for your cards, we have, I already read the first one, but we have Green Tara, start delegating, ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. We have surrender stress, take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. We have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. We have Omega, victory, your desire is coming to fruition, keep up the good work. We have Archangel Gabriel, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. We have keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. Then we have Athena, it is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. I'm getting so many messages of you, like what's really coming through here is like to be a leader, to be powerful, to stand out from the crowd and to go after your dreams and your ambitions and to take control over your life. Because then we also have Mars, action, desire, impulses, courage, force, heat, strength, competition, workouts, excitement, thirst, impatience, anger, leadership, engine, potency, willpower, motor, sex drive. Mars is a very action-oriented energy. You could have a lot of Aries in your chart. You could have an Aries North Node. It's about independence. It's about self-sufficiency, self-reliancy, and just really being in your power. And then we also have trust the wait. Just when the caterpillar thought her life was over, she began to fly. Embrace the uncertainty. When nothing is certain, anything is possible. You are transforming. Then we have declutter, clean, organize, and prioritize. Simplify your life. And then we have, so from my messages from the universe oracle deck, I have like numbers in here, you know, and so I kind of wanted like an idea about your life path number in numerology just to get more insight into why you're here. And so I kind of separated them away and I shuffled and the 8 came out for you. So we'll kind of go through what the 8 life path means for you. You don't have to be an 8 life path. If you are, that's extra amazing, but you can have that in your soul urge number. It could be your personality number, your destiny number. You could be born on the 8th, or you could just have that strong in your like astrological chart as well, which is like the energy of the 8. And then we have I'm sending messages to you through people, and it's okay to be vulnerable. Okay. So why are you here on Earth? Why did your soul choose to incarnate here on Earth? Okay, so I think that you might have struggled in the past or still struggle with this, where whenever you're in a relationship with someone, like it could be a partner, romantic partner, in your friendships, at work, whatever, where I think you have a tendency to give a lot, like to give a lot more than maybe like the other person is giving back to you. So it's not balanced, it's not reciprocated. And maybe you are like a people pleaser. You could have strong Libra in your chart. Or you could definitely be a Libra South Node, Aries North Node, because that's kind of what I'm getting here. It doesn't have to be though, but like going towards like more Aries energy is part of your life purpose. It's just stepping into your power, your independence, and not relying so much on other people. That's not to say that you don't need other people, but it's getting rid of that dependency, codependency, and trying to please people so that, you know, you don't ruffle any feathers and everyone's at peace and there's no conflict and that kind of stuff. Because I feel like when you do that, your relationships go off balance and your health gets affected. And then that's why the stress card is here. You know, it's like you get really stressed when you don't put up your boundaries and you don't stand up for yourself and, you know, stand your ground and say like, no, like I don't have the resources right now, or I don't have the time, or I just saying no to people. I think that's like a big part, something that you're really learning in this lifetime. So that's why I am getting, or however else that would play out, you know, but that is giving me like strong Libra energy where you just want to maintain the peace and have harmony, and you tend to maybe be like the peacemaker or the mediator in a lot of your relationships, and you don't really stand out, you don't really show who you truly are, because maybe you think a lot of people can't handle it, so you play small, or you just agree with everything instead of just being blunt and like speaking your truth. And so in this lifetime, the reason that your soul chose to come to earth is to start delegating. It's to start being a leader. But I think a lot of times when you need help from others genuinely, like it's hard for you to accept it from others. And so that's part of your journey, is to learn to accept help from other people, while also putting up boundaries where you're giving too much of yourself so that you don't stress yourself out, and start to ask people, like, ask others, including me, spirit, the universe, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. So it's not toxic independence. And I can totally relate to this energy. I personally have a Libra South Node, Aries North Node, and I'm definitely dealing with this. But it's just, what I'm learning on this journey of independence is that, yes, it's great to be independent and to try to not need anyone, right? To try to meet your own needs. But when you genuinely are at a point in your life where like you need help, like your car breaks down and you need to call some people to help you out during this time, it's totally okay, and you're not being needy and you're not being codependent. You're genuinely just like, you need physical help, you're human and you need help. And there's a difference between being needy and genuinely needing people, okay? And I think that's like what you have to realize. And also, when you can't give of yourself, don't give of yourself. So it's just really having really healthy boundaries, I think, is something that you're learning, and to have healthy balance in your life and in your relationships, and to learn how to be independent without being too self-reliant to where you don't accept help from others. I think you get the point for that. Okay, so there is something here about living true to your dreams. Okay, and that might sound so like generic and like, okay, well, obviously, like, we're all here on earth to like live true to ourselves and live true to our dreams. Yeah, sure. But for you specifically, it's really, really important. It's like part of the reason that your soul is here is to birth a new reality into being. So this makes me, because birthing a new age, birthing new creations, I kind of have a feeling that you might have been from a different star system or different planet. I mean, maybe you've had some incarnations here on earth, but in the past, like, you've definitely like, you're a star seed, and so you've definitely lived lives on other places, on other planets, in different dimensions, maybe that were more higher vibrational. And so now you're here on earth, and maybe it's a little bit foreign to you, it's a little bit new to you, like how things here are done, because it's definitely more dense and low vibrational. And it's like you're bringing all of that deep soul wisdom that you learned from your previous planet, star system, wherever you're from, and you're birthing it into this place here on earth. So whenever you do have those creative ideas of like a vision of like something that you want to do or create, or like a business you want to start, or a message that you have to tell people, or in any way that you can help them and be of service to them, because I think that you're very well equipped with helping others. Like, you have very good communication and like one-on-one relationships with people, but I think you're so comfortable in that area that you are afraid to stand out and be like a leader. You kind of want to more blend in with the crowd and like be one with everyone, instead of like standing out and be like, no, this is just being a boss, being a boss. Because you don't want to be different. You don't want to not be part of the crowd, because it's comfortable, it's comfortable to be more like people's friend than being the boss, where like, okay, well, now people can hate me, they have a reason to be jealous, and you just feel more isolated, and maybe you have a fear of isolation. But you're being really asked to, whatever dreams that you have, or these like creative ideas or visions that you have, to really pursue them in this life. That is why your soul is here. And it's bigger things, I think. It's something that it could be creative, that you're really good at, like a gift that you have, apply that however it resonates. Like it could be an artistic gift, it could be a spiritual gift, intuitive, musical, communication, service, some sort of service, like whatever it is, a talent, a physical talent that you have, but it has something to do with like a new way of doing something or a new way of looking at something. It's like a more progressive, I guess, more Aquarian, upgraded, different, unique, unconventional, untraditional, revolutionary. So that's kind of what you're being asked to do. And really, I mean, we have Omega here, okay? This is ultimate, absolute reality, you know, victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. So you are meant to be a boss in this lifetime. We have 888 with abundance, money, power, success, goals, business, career, hard work, material gain, entrepreneurship, leadership, efficiency, control, authority, discipline, focus, ambition, confidence, achievement, karma, cycles, balancing material and spiritual worlds, infinity and eternity. Yeah, so there is a lot of karma that you're coming to this earth to fulfill, and I think a lot of it has to do with balance, bringing the spiritual down into the physical. You know, I think that's kind of what you're doing. It's like balancing. Balance is a big one for you, but balancing spirit and earth. So like the physical and the material and the spiritual and the ethereal, you know, whatever words you want to use for that. But it's those opposing forces, that paradox, you know, it's to bring them into balance and integrate them into your life. So it's okay to be a spiritual person while you run a very materially successful business and you make a lot of money. So in this lifetime, I think you're actually meant to make a lot of money, and you're meant to be perhaps your own boss. If not your own boss, then the boss, a boss somewhere, manager, leadership type of position. And work hard. So there is something to do with your career that you're meant to make money from, and you're meant to be like you're meant to have like abundance, you know, money. You're meant to be wealthy or just be like financially stable and independent. That's very important for you. And I think that yeah, there's like a calling that you have, like a drive to like, okay, let's see what that is. Let me pull some tarot. Okay, so what is this purpose that pile 1 has that they are meant to pursue in this lifetime? Because there's so much about like, it's safe for you to be powerful, keep charging ahead. Well, I mean, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Don't allow insecurities to hold you back. So it could definitely have to do something with communication, speaking, sharing your truth, sharing a message, or something artistic or creative. And I'm sending you messages through people. So there is something to do with like communicating with other people here, as opposed to like a purpose where you're just sitting at home, isolated in your house, not involved with anyone and being a leader in that way. I actually feel that you would be a great example to be in the eyes, like in front of others, like in the public eye, or like in some way being seen by people. So it would definitely be to your soul's benefit to get out there and be seen by others in some way. It could be online as well. It doesn't have to be like physically, but maybe that's something that you're scared of doing. Look, we have the 3 of Pentacles that turn over. Yeah, it's working with other people, collaborating with other people, teaching them a skill. It could be like teaching or something like that. But physical, it's hands-on. It's like physical. So like and on words, adjectives, more tangible, okay? But I think that your life purpose, part of your soul's mission, is to be around actual physical people and somehow showing like how you do things in front of them, or like being an example or a leader in a physical environment, like with a company, or having your own business, but it's more like a brick and mortar store, you know, like something physical. But of course it doesn't have to be. It could be online too. because like everything's online nowadays, so. But you're still talking to people. You're still being seen by a lot of people. And collaborating with them, working with them. You're building a community. So what is... We have the Chariot. I'm telling you, man. It's pursuing your dreams and your goals and not stopping. It's... And I think you might have trouble with... Maybe sometimes when you do dedicate yourself to something, like the process it takes to get there, maybe it is slow moving. And in those moments of uncertainty, you start to freak out and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to fail. Like, this isn't going to work out. This is a stupid idea. Whenever you experience stagnancy. And that's just part of the journey. I think that's part of the reason that you're here, is to learn how to trust in those moments, right? And that's how you connect more to your divinity, to your soul, to God, to the universe. And I feel like you're meant to, with the declutter, clean, organize, and prioritize, it is to take a very practical approach to a lot of things in your life, you know? Maybe you could be like an earth sign, where you are very practical and you're really good at those types of practical things. You're really good at planning, organizing, making things happen, right? Like when you have a goal, you have the goal and then you're like, okay, this is how I'm going to execute. Like you actually go and do it. But you might get stuck a lot of times because you're afraid, right? Your fears hold you back and then you don't follow through and then you give up too soon. And then you go under a lot of, or maybe like you experience a lot of stress because this is like too hard. I can't delegate. Like I don't know how to tell people what to do. I don't know how to manage people. I don't know how to be the boss. I don't know how to run my own business. I don't know anything about technology. I don't know anything about LLCs and any of that. Website, starting a website. Like I just, you know, and then you're like, oh, I'm stupid. I don't know. Well, you do know, you know, and I mean, you don't know, but you can know, like you can learn it. I'll tell you, I didn't know anything about anything to do with websites or anything, you know, technological. And I learned, you know, I created my website and I set up my online courses and this and that and that. So if I can do it, I promise you can do it, because I literally don't have any idea. And I think that maybe you might have some sort of a fear of being vulnerable. Which is just, you know, it's like when you put yourself out there and you're seen by other people and you're in the limelight, or you're doing something different that like society wouldn't understand, or you're just doing something that is more revolutionary. I just feel like maybe it makes you feel very vulnerable, because every time we put ourselves out there, we do. It's like, okay, I'm exposed now. Everyone can see me. They can see all my flaws, all my faults. They can judge me. They can talk shit to me now. You know, even starting your own YouTube channel, you're out there and now you have all of the people that can come comment, you know, and criticize you. And so maybe that is something that holds you back from stepping out of your comfort zone, because you don't want to look stupid. But I just feel like your whole soul mission and the universe and all the energetic forces are behind you in this, and it really wants you to do that, like to pursue your dreams and to live your dreams and to follow it's even beyond passion. I just think I don't know, you just need to be a leader of some kind. That's like the main thing that's coming out. And so for the 8 life path, this is also about, and you know, you don't have to be an 8 life path, but this is just the energy that's coming through for you as like, why are you here on earth? Part of the reason is to work hard and to overcome challenges that you experience through your hard work and to learn some hard lessons. Okay, this is giving me Capricorn vibes, Saturn energy, and it is just about like committing to a goal and working diligently and being responsible and like waking up every morning and getting to work and doing it and doing it and doing it. And then in 5 or 10 years, you actually see the results. So your purpose isn't about like overnight success or instant gratification. I think it's more slow moving, slow growth, slow progression. But the reason that it's like that for you is because of all of the lessons that you learn while you are growing slowly. Like, there's just so many spiritual lessons that you're learning, you know. You are here to accomplish big things in life, though. Like, you really are here to achieve those bigger than life type of goals. You're not meant to be mediocre or just have like a normal job where you just make just regular money and you come home and you live kind of like more traditionally. Like, yeah, you're meant to like work hard and do it every day, but it's not just for someone else. Like, you're not meant to work for someone else and just be you're meant to delegate. You're meant to be the boss, okay? So you're meant to grow and elevate and keep rising and expanding. You're not meant to settle in any field. And this is strongly about your career. Obviously, there's other reasons that you're here on Earth, but this reading wants to really talk to you about your career and your purpose, like how you bring your purpose into the material realm and how you actually make money from it. But it's not even, I don't even think it's, I don't even know if your purpose is like of a spiritual nature. It's, your purpose in itself is just to be a leader. And I feel like it's in whatever that means for you. Like, even if it's for, you know, being a manager of a restaurant, you know, or a district manager and overlooking hundreds of people. That could be in itself your life purpose, because the whole thing is like how to be a good leader, you know, learning how to do that. And so money and material goods are very important to you in this lifetime, and to achieve those things and to attain that, right? Like luxury, looking good, having nice clothes. If you are that type of a person where you like to look good and have the best things in life, high quality items, you know, I feel like that's fine. Like, don't judge yourself and think that you're being materialistic, but there is a balance, and that's what this 8 energy is about. It's like there's a balance between being materialistic and only wanting it because you know, for egoic reasons, or because this is just something that you're naturally drawn to, but there's not a clinginess to it. There's not a neediness for it. There's just an appreciation for it, and you prefer it. There's a preference, but no need. So you need to just, you know, balance that out. Yeah, you're just meant to be an authority figure. People are meant to look up to you, okay? You have some skills that you can offer people that people want to see and learn from and benefit from. And I also feel like in this lifetime, you don't really like being told what to do, you know? That could be something that you've realized, that like you don't really like it when people tell you how to do a job or what rules to follow. You kind of like to go to your own rhythm, follow your own rhythm, my website. And you just like to make your own rules, but not because you're stubborn, but because like you know best. Like, in your eyes, you're like, okay, well, I'm an intelligent human being. I'm very good at what I do, and I know how to be the most efficient. And then some dumbass person tells me to do this way, and it doesn't make any freaking sense. It's like, no, I can't follow that. Like, I'm sorry. And then it's like, well, okay, you're fired then. And you're like, okay, well, fuck you. I'm going to start my own business. Kind of attitude. Like, I can't work for you because your rules are stupid. They don't make any sense, any logical sense. You're a very practical person. You're very logical. And when people come at you with their really petty, stupid rules that honestly don't make sense, and you stand up for that, and you speak your truth, which is part of your purpose here, to do that. And if your boss doesn't like it, then you stress. Then you stress out because you're like, well, you know, I'm stuck now. Like, I need to be free. I need to be free and live according to my own rules. Okay, that is so important for you in this life, and that's something that you're here to conquer and to learn. And you're very, you have the potential to be very, very confident. And I'm telling you, just like you have that like natural magnetism where people look up to you. You probably find yourself to be a leader amongst your friends, or just in your like smaller communities, in your family. You have a big personality, and all of that is great and good. And so anything to do with like being codependent or trying to play small or stay comfortable or be part of the crowd, that's the thing that I feel like you're being asked to move away from in this life. And that's why you're here So let's just see anything else. So why is group 1 on Earth here? Why did group 1 come to Earth? The Queen of Wands. Yes. Whether you are a male or female, it doesn't matter. You are meant to be the Queen of fucking Wands. This energy here is just so... she's a leader. This is literally that leader, boss energy. I got my own business. I'm an entrepreneur. I got my things going on. I'm confident in myself. I believe in myself. I'm self-sufficient. She is very spiritual, you know, and a little bit witchy, a little bit different, very passionate, very fiery, very sexy, hot. So like a lot of people could be attracted to you in that kind of a way. And that's good because you attract, that's what I'm saying, like you're meant to be in the spotlight or the limelight or just like up there, more like on a pedestal, as opposed to one with the crowd or with the group, because you naturally have this energy where people are attracted to you. So that makes a great leader, right? Like they're curious, like they're like, oh, I want to learn from that person. Yeah, they seem like they got it all going on. Let me learn. So you are meant to master that own confidence within you, that own sense of empowerment, knowing your worth, right? Addressing your shadow, addressing those parts of you that you may have suppressed, you know, bringing those things to the light and really working through them. So not being fake confident or false confident or arrogant or anything like that. It's really having had done the inner work to really integrate all parts of you and letting that shine and letting that radiate. And then people are just coming to you and attracting to you. Okay, so just that's your purpose. That's part of why you are here. You are here and you are meant to shine. You are meant to shine really bright. And you're meant to speak your truth and be blunt and be straightforward, but do it in a compassionate kind of a way, you know? Don't be afraid. But also like be in touch with your sense of vulnerability. Don't just be an asshole. Be kind, you know, sympathetic to people's needs. I think that you have a lot of passion and you have a lot of passions in life and you're very creative. And you need to definitely utilize that. And you definitely need to like do something with that and even make money from that. Like that is part of why your soul came here. This is already a long reading, I'm aware, but you know what? This is an important topic. So I would like to know anything else. So what is group 1's life purpose? Why did they come to Earth? Anything else? Like anything outside of this? We got it. Like, okay, they're meant to be the boss. Anything else? Okay, no, nothing else. You're just meant to work your ass off. The 8 of Pentacles. This is literally Capricorn energy. We got that 8 energy. You're meant to be freaking powerful. And you're meant to master a skill. A skill that you have maybe with your hands, doing something with your hands, creating some sort of craft. But you're meant to not stop until you're done. Like you're meant to get to the top. So do not stop. Like if you're already on that journey, keep going. If you deep down know that you need to do something like that with your life, you need to start. The 4 of Pentacles. And there's something about money here and making money and being smart with your money and saving money and being careful with how you spend your money, but like also making an income from your skills and being very financially abundant, you know, having a lot of money, being very successful in the physical world, in the material world. Your soul came here to achieve physical abundance and success and to be prosperous. So like you're not meant to be poor, you're meant to have money. That's like in your blueprint. It's in your contract with yourself. Yeah, there could be a lot of competition though. A lot of competition in this field that you're trying to get into or whatever it is that you think you want to do. You're like, well, there's already so many people doing it. I'm not going to stand out. you're not meant to be successful overnight. Like, if I could use tarot as an example, like starting a YouTube channel, you'll see those tarot readers growing overnight. Like, they get 20,000 subscribers in one day, and I'm like, what the hell? That's their purpose. That's their journey. Like, they're meant to become big, you know, within a few months. And then there's people who are dedicating the same amount of time, you know, and they're just as good of readers, and they're doing it, and they have slower growth. It's really just because some people are meant to grow slowly, because there's just so many lessons that you learn along the way to your success, and it's just a different blueprint, a different soul. So don't think that, don't expect yourself to grow as fast as others, you know, or to be as successful as others. I think just be okay with your own journey, and that it's going to take a little while. It's going to be slow growing, slow moving, but it's about diligence for you. It's about mastering the skill 100% and learning all of those beautiful lessons that you learn along the way to that, you know. So don't get, and then you get your ultimate happiness. You get all the trophies. You get ultimate fulfillment. You have money, you have a family, and it's not just like, okay, great, I'm gonna work the rest of my life and I'm not gonna be happy, I'm not gonna have a love life, you know, or a family, because I'm constantly working. It's a balance. It's balancing that. It's balancing the emotional aspects of your life with your physical aspects. So no, don't go working your ass off, burning yourself out and becoming stressed, because your stress is a big deal. So it's balance. The 8 energy is about balancing the physical and the material, or the spiritual and the material worlds, okay? So it's focusing on what makes you happy, and making sure that you do dedicate time to love and romance and emotional fulfillment. If you're not fulfilled in whatever this is that you're building, if it's not emotionally satisfying, that's not your purpose. It's going to be emotionally satisfying. But also make time for yourself, your life, self-care, right? Your free time, not always working. Don't always work. Like this, I think it's really easy for you to get sucked into work and just focus on that, and then like neglect all the other areas of your life, you know? So just make sure that you don't neglect that. Like, make sure you do spend time with your friends and date, or spend time with your spouse, build a family if that's what you want, go traveling, enjoy your life, take a vacation, you know, go out into nature, read a book, you know, do things that you enjoy doing in your pastime. So it's not just all about work. There is play, work and play. So that's like your main message. That's what wanted to come through. I hope that resonated, or it was helpful for you, of why you chose to come here to Earth. Yeah, if I could like sum this up in like a sentence, it would be to pursue and follow your dreams, become a leader that you're meant to be, start making money from that, figure out how, and like go towards your physical success, but not in an egoic way where like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make so much money and everybody's gonna love me now, and you know, whatever, like, ooh, I want everything because my ego wants it. It's in a very spiritual kind of way. It's like, maybe you do struggle with like physical things, you know, when you feel guilty about having physical just like items, or just attaining things, you know, buying things that you like. You're like, oh, I don't need 5 pairs of shoes. Like, I'm a spiritual person. Why would I need 5 pairs of shoes? I should only want 1. It's okay. You can have 5 pairs of shoes. As long as you're conscious and aware, and you're not getting sucked into that egoic mindset where like, I need more, I'm never satisfied. Like, just make sure you appreciate the stuff that you have, all of the material abundance that you have. Just make sure that you are grateful for it, you appreciate it, you're not wasteful with it, and you're only buying what you value, okay? Don't buy to meet some sort of need, or to run away from a feeling that you have that you don't want to face. You know, don't use shopping as an addiction. But if you genuinely enjoy physical luxuries, it's okay. Just enjoy it though. Allow yourself to enjoy it, and don't feel guilty that this is not what you're supposed to do, because I think you have a highly evolved soul. I think you are an older soul, and so in this lifetime you came to master the physical aspects of life. It's more about like physical things, but in that way, like, it teaches you a lot of spiritual lessons. So I hope that made sense, and that resonated with you. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I wish you all the best. I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So if you chose this beautiful Brazilian Amazonite, this is going to be your reading. And today we're doing a reading on why are you here on Earth? Why did you come to Earth? Why did your soul choose to incarnate here on Earth? And so we're going to try to see whatever messages we can get. It could be many different things, because I believe that there are many different reasons why we're here. We don't have just a one life purpose. Obviously there's many things that we're here to accomplish and fulfill, but maybe Spirit wants to hone in on one specific area or many. We'll see. I will tell you though that I have like 10, I think the total number is 10 oracle cards that I'm going to be choosing from and shuffling through, and then we'll do some tarot. So if you wanted to fast forward through me shuffling, you can go ahead and do that. Yeah, so let's begin. So your first oracle card for why are you here on Earth, or why did you come to Earth, is Nature Therapy, Grounded. Your soul loves to connect and be one with nature. A beautiful healing takes place when you ground and center yourself with the earth. Being in nature has a way to restore what has been lost and brings you back to your center. So I think that's a pretty straightforward answer to our question of why are you here on Earth. Your soul really came here to I think experience the physical pleasures and beauty of life, and maybe it'll come out in other ways, but the one I'm getting here is not so much as like food and sex and, you know, sugar and all physical sensation and things like that, like good clothes and nice textures, but it's more the physical aspects of life, as far as the physical beauty, the natural beauty of life. Okay, so not man-made, but it's nature, it's trees, the ocean, birds, life, you know, natural life is what your soul came here to really feel and experience. Because if you think about it, like as a soul, we don't feel that in the soul world, in the spirit realm, right? That's why we come to Earth. You know, it's three-dimensional. We have our five senses, and through our five senses, we can experience these most beautiful, magical experiences that the world, Earth, has to offer us. That we would otherwise not be able to experience as a soul. Like if you watch the movie Soul, that kind of talks about that. It's like we come to Earth to enjoy the pleasures of life, the physical pleasures of life, but not to get sucked into them and not to become so dependent on them and attached to them, right? So I'm kind of getting that. It's to ground yourself in nature, and it's to, so maybe you do have like a really strong connection with nature, with trees, with plants, with flowers, with the mountains, water, just beauty, like natural beauty. That could be something that you're really into, and it just really makes you feel at peace. Your soul is so happy when you take a walk outside, or you're in the sunshine, or you're just around trees or mountains or ocean or something like that. Water, a creek, you know, running water, maybe just the sounds of that are really nice. The night sky, the stars, whatever. That could be something that you really, really extra enjoy, like more than other people you've noticed yourself. And so that is definitely part of the reason your soul is here. It's to feel that, connection, because it's unlike any other. You know, you only get to experience this on Earth, and it's a blessing. It really is a blessing, and it's a beauty to be able to be granted this experience on this earth as a soul, to feel that, to experience that. So that's part of why you're here. So let's pull your other card. So this is where the shuffling might take a little while, so if you want to fast forward. But yeah. So why is group 1 here on Earth? Or sorry, group 2. And if you have not fast forwarded yet, with nature therapy, you know, it also talks about healing. Like beautiful healing takes place when you ground yourself in nature. So I feel like for you, it is part of your self-care practice to get out into nature, and that's like a form of healing for you. And so nature therapy could be a thing for you, or that could be part of your life purpose, is to teach others as well, or to advocate for that kind of a self-care practice or healing tool. So we have surrender the drama. So what is group 2? Why is group 2 here on Earth? Why did group 2 come to Earth? Why is group 2 here on Earth? We have don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Starseed is at the bottom. You could absolutely be a starseed. You could absolutely be from a planet that is very beautiful physically, like Avatar style, you know? And so that's why you're so connected to the natural world, is because it reminds you of home. It reminds you of your like previous home where it was just so physically beautiful. And maybe it's like a lot easier. I hope you guys didn't fast forward because apparently I'm talking through this, but maybe that's why like you love to be in nature, is because there you can be yourself. There no one judges. Nature doesn't judge. Nature is just there. You just are, right? So maybe it's a really healing experience because there's no people, there's no ego in nature. It's no city, nothing is man-made. Everything is natural, and it's just you and life, right? You and nature. And it helps you connect to your own true nature. And maybe you have trouble with this don't dim to fit in, fitting in. You know, maybe you just don't, you kind of feel like you don't belong. You kind of feel like you don't belong. You don't really like drama. With surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. I'm kind of getting that you're just not into drama. And you're like, I don't understand really how so many people are into this petty little things and gossip and talking shit about other people and criticizing and just complaining and just why? And it's really just the ego that loves drama. But I'm just feeling like you feel the most calm and peaceful and your best and at your best and like just so centered when you're in nature, not really around people. Or maybe you're around people but they're cool like that too, you know, where they're not like talking crap and finding things to complain about in their environment or whatever. I'm sensing you're just a very grateful person. You're like on the next level. Okay, so why is group 2 here on Earth? Why did group 2 come to Earth? We have true love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. And then at the bottom, we have take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. Okay, with that, I'm getting that one of the reasons that you're here on Earth is to find your true love. It's to find your soulmate. You have a true love. You have someone that you're meant to be with. And then we have here Oceana. Look, Oceana, the ocean. So you probably really do love the ocean. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Something about your intuition being really strong, and you're meant to really like strengthen your intuition in this lifetime, and to really listen to that, to those nudges, to those urges. And I think that when you're out in nature, that's why it's so therapeutic for you, because it really allows you to surrender this drama, surrender your ego, right? From the city life, from just work and normal human existence. And it allows you to really get in touch with your soul and to then really listen to your intuition. And then there's this love energy here where like you came to this life to experience true love. Why is group 2 here on Earth? Why did they incarnate? Why did their soul choose to incarnate on Earth? Oh my God. You just have to be kidding me. We are one. Look up at the moon. The same moonlight connects us all. In the end, we are more similar than we are different. We are in this together. yeah, like there's something when you're in nature, you are one. You are one with life. It's just you and life, you and the universe. You feel the oneness of the togetherness of life. And even if you're not with humans, you know, while you're in nature, like you're by yourself, you feel connected to humans. You feel connected to humans because we're all one consciousness, right? We're all from the one source. And when you look up at the night sky and you look at the moon, there's just that one moon. That's what we're all looking at. It connects us, you know, the stars, the night sky, all of it. We're all in this together. And you just have this appreciation and this understanding. And there's just something about you being in nature, and that's what really helps you connect to this. And if you haven't tapped into this yet, then this is saying that this is part of your life's purpose. Like, what part of your soul's mission is to connect to your truth and connect to your divinity and to your intuition and to your soul through nature. So if you have a calling to go live somewhere more beautiful and more natural, or let's say you live in a big city like New York or Chicago, but you're constantly yearning and craving for vacations in nature, like you're constantly traveling to visit, like, you know, you're going to Oregon, Washington, Yellowstone, Colorado, to check out the mountains, or, you know, the East Coast with the ocean, or California, or whatever. Like, this is just America. Obviously, the world is bigger than just America, but that's where I'm from. So I'm just like saying places I know. But, or you're called to, I want to go to Costa Rica. I want to go to, you know, Indonesia, Asia, whatever, like just beautiful, beautiful places on earth, you know? That's something that you need to do. Like, you need to, if you do live in your hometown still and it's not the nicest, like geographically or like naturally, you know, there's not a lot of nature going on, a lot of busyness, it's very stressful, there's a lot of drama, it's just like ugly even. I mean, I know that's a relative term, but I lived in Chicago, and it's not the buildings are nice, yeah, but if you're like a nature person, a nature lover, that's not gonna be that beautiful to you, and it could actually be stressful. So it's like your soul needs to live somewhere. And I will tell you this from life experience. I moved from Chicago, which is like city. I never really lived in the city. I always try to find my little slice of paradise wherever I was, like a little slice of nature. But I wasn't happy there. And I moved to Colorado with these beautiful mountains, and my soul is happy. Like, literally, I feel the contentment in my soul from living near the mountains. And I can go into the mountains any freaking time that I want. And I do feel a connection with nature. I really resonate with this pile. And I will tell you from experience that it is a thing. The grass is greener on the other side. But that's only if you truly do appreciate it, right? Like, you can't just be in the same old mindset as you were before, expecting different results. Obviously, you have to really see the beauty. You have to feel the beauty. You have to make an effort to be out there. But I will tell you that it does have an effect on your happiness, you know, really without trying. I mean, just being somewhere more beautiful and natural, and if that's where your soul wants to be, it does make a difference on the quality of your life, of your mind, and all this creativity can start coming through to you. Maybe you're meant to meet your true love by moving to a place that you really want to live that is more beautiful. Or maybe it just helps you tap into your own inner, like, love, feelings of love for just life, and then you're in that vibration. Why is group 2 here on Earth? Why is group 2 here on Earth? What is their life purpose? Why did their soul choose to incarnate? Okay. We have 5, 5, 5. This one's about freedom, change, travel, trying new things, adventure, versatility, curiosity. Yeah, 5, 5, 5. Oh my God, that's what I was saying in the beginning. And I was like, well, I don't know if it's going to come out in other ways, but I definitely know it's coming out for nature. No, it's to indulge in your physical senses. It's to really utilize your physical senses in this lifetime and to freaking live it up. You are here on this earth to really enjoy what it means to be a human. Okay? So it's exactly like, watch the movie Soul. Okay, I think you can only watch it on Disney Plus or Disney or whatever, but it's like kind of like a a kid's movie, but it's not. It's like super for adults. And it's basically about that. It tells you like your soul, you know, it comes to Earth, it comes to, you know, this planet Earth to enjoy the physical sensations and to be able to enjoy the physical world, because the only way to enjoy that is by being human, because we have 5 senses, and these 5 senses really allow us to indulge and to feel the beauty of life, you know, on a physical level. And then there's nothing wrong with that. And obviously don't overindulge in them, you know, there has to be balance. But this is about the 5 senses: sensuality, sex, earthly pleasures, sexual energy, spontaneity, so being a free spirit, sudden unexpected change. So this is about change. I think you're meant to travel in this life. Your soul came here to travel and to see the world and to experience the world. So it is to see beautiful things in this life, different perspectives, different cultures, have different experiences. Okay, as many experiences as possible is what your soul came here. Try different foods, try different fabrics, try different clothes and styles. Don't get stuck in one. Like, you're not here to be like stagnant and just very routine and very like same old, like I do the same thing every day. No, you're meant to try different things. And so because your soul wants to have like those abundant experiences, like it wants to have as many physical experiences as possible. Because if I don't know if you have ever read the book Conversations with God, but by Neale Donald Walsch, but that's basically like my Bible, next to Eckhart Tolle. But he talks in there like he's having a conversation with God, you know, the universe, the divine, like the one source. And the message in that book is that we came here on earth to incarnate, to feel and experience who we truly are. That is the purpose of life. That is the purpose of reality. That is the purpose of the universe. I mean, like, that's why we come down to earth. That's why we experience, you know, this physical life. It's to feel and experience who we truly are. Because as God, you can't experience who you truly are because you just are God. You just are the light. Well, you can't know light without the dark, right? So you can't know that you're the light because there's nothing else. You just are the light. Like, there's no opposition to that. The only way you can experience that is in the world of duality, right? So you come to earth and now you have darkness and light. So now you can find your light. Now you can like feel and experience the light that you are, but only because there's, you know, it's in relation to the dark. It's kind of like, obviously I'm not very good at explaining this, but highly recommend the book 1, I think is the best one. But because he has like 4 books, he has a lot of books that he wrote, but Conversations with God, book 1, highly recommend. And so that's what I'm getting with this for you. Like, why are you here on earth? It's to truly, just in its most simplest form, to feel and experience who you truly are. You know, who are you? And not just read about who you are, but learn it through experience. And that's how you gain wisdom. So it is to try new things. It is to do this and to do that and to be in this relationship and to be in that. And through those experiences, you feel the experience of being a human, because that's what God wants. God wants to know what it's like to be, you know, itself. What does it mean to be compassionate? What does it mean to be happy? What does it mean to be this or that or that? I don't know that unless I know the opposite of that, you know? So yeah, that's your that's why you're here. And you're not meant to fit in this life, okay? You're really not meant to fit in. So we have not everything you want is meant for you. I am protecting you from that which will not serve your highest good. Okay. So why is group 2 here on Earth? Okay. So we have do it despite the fear that you feel. Reconnect to your true self. Yeah. And I think that you do that through nature, through connecting with nature is how you connect to your true self. And then we have embrace your alone time and love your own company. So I just kind of feel like if you kind of feel like a loner in this life and like you are an introvert and you like to spend a lot of time alone, and like this society, I think, frowns upon that, right? Like looks down on that. People who like to be alone, they're like, oh, you're lonely, you have no friends, or you're weird, or whatever. So I think that our society really praises like extroversion and socialization and just being, you know, having 100,000 friends, whatever. And so you might feel pressure from the outside world, but you don't have to fit in. Like you really are meant to just like do your own thing. And if being alone, if you genuinely love your alone time because you are naturally more introverted and more private, right? That's totally okay. And I think that your soul is happy there and it wants to have that experience. That it just, there's something about like really being you in life, you in nature. It's like that connection that you have. Your soul really wants to experience that through you, through this body. Your soul wants to have that physical experience. And even if it scares you, and there's also something about like facing your fears. And yeah, like just facing your fears. Your soul wants you to face your fears, whatever those are for you. Don't live in fear. Why is group 2 here on Earth? Why did group 2's soul choose to come to Earth? There's something about freedom, being a free spirit, being free to do as you please. A lot about traveling. And it is about socializing though. Like, it's not necessarily about isolating yourself from the world, but if you want to isolate yourself and if you want to just be alone, it's okay to be alone. But also, if maybe like being an extrovert is not comfortable for you, right? Like being around people and talking to a lot of people is out of your comfort zone. That would be like, do it despite the fear that you feel. So even though you are more comfortable being alone and doing your own thing and just kind of staying at home, it's sometimes getting out of your comfort zone, even if it means like socializing, because I think you learn a lot through relationships that you have with people, and your soul also wants to have those experiences. And I can see why you wouldn't want to hang out with a lot of people, because I think you are at a higher vibration. You function differently than most people. You might be a little bit different or odd, I guess, in the eyes of the world, whatever, but you know, you might just be a little bit unique and different in how you operate. And so when you're around just like regular people, you're like, oh, this is just drama. This is all bullshit. Like, I don't relate to any of these conversations. I don't care about any of this. And you're just like, I'm just going to go and be by myself. So maybe that's like a tendency that you have. So I get that. But if you start to surround yourself, maybe not with so much of this like lower vibrational energy, there are good people out there, and I just feel like socializing would definitely do you good, like getting yourself out there and making yourself, putting yourself out there, I guess, in some way. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull now. We have first house self. Yeah, this is definitely about independence. This is about the self. This is about you and your relationship with you, with yourself. Very strong, like self-focused energy. So you could be a lone wolf. You know, you could be like identify yourself as a loner or an introvert, or like you probably are not the type of person who likes to have like 30 friends, but they're all superficial relationships. You know, you probably have like a few close friends that you really feel comfortable with and you really connect to, like these people, and that's good enough for you. You're probably not the type of person who likes to go out and party and just socialize on the weekends. You're like, no, I'm gonna go chill at the beach, or go on a hike, or go to the pool, or, you know, just me and my few friends, or a friend, or just me, or my boyfriend, my girlfriend, whatever, my loved ones, my brother, my sister. Just like you have your close little connections and relationships, and you're just fine chilling, taking it easy, being in peace and quiet, the birds chirping, the sun shining. Like that's kind of what I'm getting. And yeah, and like your soul likes, like your soul wants that. So there's a reason you enjoy doing that, and just keep doing that. Okay, so let's see what else. So why is pile 2 here on Earth? Why is pile 2 here on Earth? What else? Why did their soul choose to incarnate here? Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to clarify that true love card. The 8 of Cups. Okay. Why did the 2 of Cups and the 8 of Wands? That makes sense. Okay, so this clarified, well, maybe we could clarify a little bit more, but I definitely feel like this is for this card here, for this energy. But there's you came here on this earth to be able to be independent and to stand up for yourself when you realize that a situation is no longer serving you and it's no longer making you happy. You're not fulfilled. There's not so much of an emotional connection with, it could be a romantic partner, or it could be just a friend, anyone really, a family member, whatever. That's what this drama energy is, right? If it's causing you stress and drama in your life and it's not aligned with your truth, with your soul, you came to this earth to learn the lesson of walking away from that person, from that kind of situation. And you might have specifically had a very serious relationship or strong connection that this happened in, that you had to walk away from. So because you're walking towards your true love. Okay, so here's your true love. True love card, we have the 2 of Cups. This is your true love, equally reciprocated. The 8 of Cups is about not being emotionally fulfilled. And that's probably because what you're giving, you're not getting back, or you just don't feel the same way about the other person, or in just some way, this person's not meeting your needs, your soul's not happy here. Okay, you don't belong here anymore. And it's the hardest thing to break away from that and to actually pursue a different life yourself, right? To be selfish and to be like, I'm sorry, this isn't serving me anymore. I have to do what's right for me. I have to follow my happiness, and I gotta go. And that's where this first house comes in. It's like the self, right? It's about your own happiness. Like, it's about you. And it's okay. Like, it's okay to be selfish and walk away from these relationships, from these loving, like lovers. What's going on with my words? Walking away from these lovers because it's not what you want. And even if they're not toxic, right? Because the 8 of Cups is like, it's not horrible. Like, if they're beating you, obviously you're gonna leave. But sometimes it's not bad. Like, they're nice people. They're fine. It's fine. But it's not it. It's not that true one love that your soul knows it exists, So you're like, I'm walking away from that in an attempt to find even better, right? You're walking towards the sun, your ultimate happiness, which is your 2 of Cups, which is true love. And you take that risk and you do it. And that's part of your karma here on this earth. That's one of the reasons that you came here to earth, is to, karma definitely comes into play here, and it's to heal. Like, I think it's just to like get in touch with your inner strength and to be able to do something like that, and in that way that like heals the karma with this person, or like your soul elevates or evolves, and that's like the whole purpose of your soul, is to evolve and to grow. So that's like a way that your soul did that in this lifetime, or will do that in this lifetime. And you do have, because you have a true love, you have somebody that is truly you're meant to be with in this life, and you will find them. With the 8 of Wands, this could be while you're traveling, because that's a travel energy. It could be a very passionate connection, just very spontaneous, adventurous type of person. and a lot of communication around that. So maybe you'll be receiving some communication soon or some incoming news about this true love. Or maybe you're already with this true love and you're like, yep, I did that. I walked away from my ex-wife or husband or this relationship that I was in, and I started all over and I found my lover. I found my true love, you know? And it's because you followed your heart this whole time. You followed your inner knowing that this isn't it. So you're very, very intuitive. You're very connected to your truth. And maybe you struggle in this life with some fears around standing out, or like people judging you for like how you are and who you are, maybe how you live your life. You are maybe a little bit different, but I think that's part of your soul. Like your soul, there's a lot of lessons that you learn from not fitting in, I guess. And because you're learning to not dim your light to fit in. Like you're learning to still shine bright, even though people don't really understand what that means, or like people don't function like that. People operate out of drama. Most people, 95% of the population, I would say, operates out of ego, fear, right? And you have evolved out of that. You've walked away from that way of being and you've walked towards your own like truth. And so you don't operate like that, or at least you're trying not to. And so you have a different perspective on life. Like I feel like you're spiritually awakened, you know, you're conscious, you're aware. But it's still kind of like, it's hard. It's still hard to shine your light because literally every person you meet has no idea what the hell you're talking about or the kind of perspective you have on life or how you live your life. So like you probably feel misunderstood in life. And you feel like you're all alone a lot. You feel like you're all alone. And then ironically, you have this perfect person that is meant to be with you, that will see you 100% for who you are. So I think part of your, like the reason that you're here on earth, why you came here on earth, is that you're meant to learn your own independence and to love yourself and to love your own company and to, how in whatever way you can, to reconnect with your true self without anybody else. Even if people don't get you or understand you, you get you, right? So you're meant to go down this like self-love journey. And ironically, on that journey, you actually meet the only person, not only, there's probably more, but the one true person that actually does get that uniqueness about you, you know? And it's like, it's almost like the more you isolate yourself, the more aligned you become to your actual true person, like your true love. And I'm not saying isolate yourself as in like in a negative way, but you know, not being afraid to spend time alone and really learning to love your own company and not waiting for someone else to validate that for you. Or validate that like, oh, you're amazing, you're great to hang out with. It's like, okay, cool, but like I know I'm amazing and I know I'm great to hang out with and I actually love hanging out with myself, so I actually don't need anyone. And you're willing to walk away from relationships where people don't see you for who you are or understand you or appreciate you. So you are going to have this love. So let's just see if we can get anything else about that. So what else can you tell us about this true love, that pile 2? It's like that's part of their soul's purpose. What else can you tell us about? The 8 of Wands twice. So I definitely feel like you have had a lot of relationships in the past that have ended, that you have had to grieve, that haven't worked out. It could have been like close friendships. It could be relationships with your family members. And it could have been romantic partners that have left you sad and lonely and depressed and like, fuck, like I want my 2 of Cups. Why I'm sad over this 3 of Cups and it's spilled and I'm grieving and I'm mourning and I'm depressed and I'm lonely and I just want my true 2 of Cups or whatever. And like all these relationships like came to an end. It was a tower moment. They fell apart, or maybe it was one main, like something that you walked away from, or maybe somebody walked away from you. But I'm kind of, I don't know, apply that how it resonates. I'm kind of getting you walked away from that because that was like part of your like empowerment. But it could be that, yeah, maybe you walked away from one, but another one broke your heart, you know? So it could have been multiple relationships. Basically, there's something that, a lot of lessons that you're learning from your romantic relationships, or just like relationships with like people that you're more intimately involved with. And yeah, so they came to like a sudden abrupt end, and like they shook your world, you know, everything, you hit rock bottom. And you had to rebuild yourself. And maybe that's like how you became more connected to nature, is like it was just you and just this self energy, right? It's just you and you. How can I rebuild? And then you started to have this transformation, and really going more out into nature and just like connecting and really learning, starting to enjoy your life more too. With the 5 energy here, just like enjoying food and friends and sex and you know, just the 5D, right? Like using your not the 5D, the 5 senses, not the 5D, the 3D and the 5 senses, and indulging in more material, physical, earthly pleasures. And then yeah, you have your stability here. It could have been definitely like a serious relationship that you were in with the 10 of Pentacles. It could have definitely been somebody that you lived with or shared a life with, had a family with, had some pets with. Maybe like your family's already met. Like it was a serious relationship. It could have definitely been a marriage that came to an end. Yeah. Yeah, you walked away from someone, a partner. So what is this 8 of Wands telling me? So what are you trying to say with this 8 of Wands? So there could be a person, your true love, I don't know. After this heartbreak, maybe you had 3 major heartbreaks in your life, or that's like something that your soul came to experience, is like 3 major relationships that don't work out. And then like finally after the 3rd one is like when you find your actual true love, your soulmate. But there's this King of Swords and this Queen of Pentacles energy. So this is counterpart energy. This is Earth. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So that could be like your soulmate, you know, you guys coming together. So if you have more earth energy, then this person's more air. And if you're the feminine, you know, Queen of Pentacles. But that's just kind of like, so I do feel like there's some sort of partnership here. If you're not already in a relationship with someone, that there is a soulmate for you that is coming in quickly. It's coming in quickly. I think you guys are both traveling towards each other, because the 8 of Wands came out twice. Like just as much as you're traveling towards this person, they're traveling towards you too. And you guys are just gonna like bump heads and hit and be like, whoa, okay, hello. And then it's just going to happen. So yeah, but yeah, that is why you are here on Earth. That's why you came to this Earth. Your soul chose to incarnate. We had a few messages come through here. Yeah, so I hope that that reading resonated with you and with your life and your situation. Let me know if it did in the comments below. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So if you chose this blue calcite, this is going to be your reading about why did you come to Earth? Why are you here on Earth? So why did your soul choose to incarnate here on Earth? What is your soul's mission? You know, you could have like one big purpose or like many reasons why you're here. Whatever we can get. We're pulling a lot of cards. We're going through, I think, like 9 or 10 oracle decks. So the shuffling process might take a while, but you can fast forward through that. But I was talking in pile 2, I was talking through the shuffling, so maybe you don't want to do that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what I feel. But we have our first oracle card here. So we have false narrative, discernment. Be mindful of the story you're telling yourself. Having a negative narrative is destructive and simply not true. Stop listening to your ego-based story that is laced with falsehoods and old conditioning. For every negative thing you say, counteract that by saying 3 positive words. See the truth of who you are, which is wise, magnificent, and radiant. And then we have the angel and the devil here. So for this to be like your first main card to come out, I think that a big part of why you came to Earth is to dissolve your ego. Or it's to really learn about the ego and to really become aware of your own ego, spiritually speaking, not in psychology. So if you're not familiar with what the ego is, I highly recommend reading Eckhart Tolle's books, or just like listening to his speeches and just his teachings basically. But the power of now and a new earth will definitely help you like understand it, but it's an identification with a false self and not with your truth, not with your soul. And it is this like false narrative that we have, right? It's believing that we are our mind, believing that we are the physical things that we own, that we have, that believing that we are how we look, that we're our car, that we're our house. And then when someone, let's say judges that, then we're like, we take it offensively, like, oh my God, that's me that they're offending. But it's your car. Like, you're not your car, you're not your body. That's like just like an easy way of understanding, but it goes deeper than that, because it's like a lot of times our ego shows up in very clever ways and very tricky ways where you think it's not your ego, but it is your ego. So it's just so much, but I think it's just learning about the ego and how that shows up within you and really learning to become aware of it, because awareness of the ego is what dissolves the ego, right? The ego is attachment to things. So yeah, it's just getting rid of that attached energy. And this does show up in like the story that you tell yourself. So like when you tell yourself, and it's your belief system, right? It's like being really identified with a belief system that you have, or like a story that you tell yourself about who you are, and being really stubborn in that idea. That would be like attachment to a belief. And if it's not serving you, then it's definitely not good to be attached to that. It's destructive, right? It's a negative narrative about yourself, about life. It's having a closed mind. So all of that is like ego-based, it's having an ego-based mindset, and it's all based in childhood conditioning. And so I think part of your soul's journey and path is to learn who you are not, so that you can learn who you are, right? The truth of who you are. So it's about your journey. It's definitely about like spiritual awakening and becoming more connected to your own truth and to your own consciousness, becoming more conscious, raising your level of consciousness. And so yeah, I'm gonna start shuffling. So why is group 3 here on Earth? Why did they come to Earth? So we have surrender, defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. So defensiveness is a part of the ego. It's just always assuming that people are out to get us and that people are judging us. So then we get really defensive, So just like seeing it from a different perspective, that like, no one's judging you. No one's out to get you. No one's out to hurt you. That's just a projection of your own, insecurities or fears or conditioning or patterns, onto the other. And then you become defensive, but like it's unwarranted. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? It's like being a truth seeker. Like this warrior woman with this big ass sword in front of her. It's like, it's going all the way to the truth, not stopping at illusion, like not settling for anything less than the truth. And a lot of times that's like our ego, right? Like our ego stops us from seeing the truth. Our ego is living in an illusion. We have crystal. Have faith and hope because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. There's something about gaining clarity with crystal, having crystal clear vision, seeing clearly. Your soul came to this earth to awaken, to have a freaking spiritual awakening. Like, for real, the real deal. Like, enlightenment is what your soul came here for. That's why that's why you're here. You're here to elevate and raise your level of consciousness, to ascend to a higher level of being. You're probably a really old soul. Sorceress, you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. There's just something about being really powerful. This lady's holding a sword too. It's about speaking the truth, standing up for the truth, spreading the truth, seeing your own truth, not living in like a bullshit mindset, you know, false narratives and ego identity and conditioning and all of that, like just decluttering and really getting rid of all of those old paradigms and viewpoints and perspectives and seeing things as they are, seeing things clearly from the viewpoint of your soul, of your truth, of a consciousness, right? Being conscious. Like I'm telling you, Eckhart Tolle is probably your guru in this life. Or anyone who teaches about that. Okay, why did group 3 come to Earth? Allow, let it all flow to you. Allow others to lead. Let go of control and expectations. Trust what is yours will always find you. This is such a surrendered energy. This is literally opposite of ego. The ego wants to control everything. It wants to be in charge. It wants to know how things are going to work out. It likes to force things and manipulate things and control things. The ego does not like to, that's attachment. So all of that is attachment. You know, your soul is okay in uncertainty, in not knowing, in detachment, detaching from the outcome. That's your soul. Like, it's okay with that. And so your soul's purpose here is to learn to let go, to stop trying to control every situation. Just let go. Allow, surrender, allow things to flow. Go with the flow. �11, oh my god, you can't make this up. You might be an 11 life path. So yeah, in numerology, you might be an 11 life path or a 2. But in either case, this is about spiritual enlightenment. It's about intuition, insight, enlightenment, consciousness, awareness, spirituality, awakening, growth, expansion, soul connection, destiny, life purpose. Like, I'm telling you, like, your purpose in this life is to become enlightened, like to live in the light, in the light of your awareness, in the light of your consciousness, to not live in ego, to not live in fear, to not live in that negative vibration. It's to rise above that, to get in touch with your intuition, your higher self. To not believe everything you hear, to not follow like the paradigms of that your parents taught you, like growing up, the belief system that you grew up with. And this isn't just about like religion and that kind of belief system. It's about, what do you believe about love? What do you believe about relationships? What do you believe about what you should be doing on a Friday night? You know, society will have us believe that everyone needs to go out and party on a Friday night. And what'd you do last night? It was Friday. Oh, I went out to this bar, and that's normal. It's normalized. But you, being the enlightened version of yourself, would say, I don't follow those norms. Like, I don't drink, you know, I actually don't drink. I actually don't go out Friday nights. I actually stayed at home and read a book because that's what I like to do on a Friday night. And just because it's the weekend doesn't mean I have to go out and do things, you know. Or maybe you even have a different schedule. You're like, I work weekends, I'm off Mondays and Tuesdays, that's my weekend. I don't live like you do. I don't live, you know. It's being in your truth, like questioning everything you see on the news, you see on the media, just commercials. This is what you need, buy this is the newest gadget, the newest item, I need that. And then everybody's brainwashed and thinks that they need it and they go and get it, and you're over here like, what? No, like I live for me, I live for my truth. Like, let me act, like, is that gonna serve me? Is that gonna help me? Or you know, you don't follow trends, or at least like you know, your soul is like here to break through those conditioned patterns of society, you know, and just kind of live your own truth, like live according to you, and like what aligns with your happiness, right? What makes you happy, even if no one else is doing it. What makes you happy, even if you look stupid, whatever. It's being in your warrior power, like being a spiritual warrior is what I'm getting with that. Have you answered your deepest calling? What is that? You have a deep calling. Let's clarify that. For group 3, what is this? Have you answered your deepest calling? For group 3. So the King of Pentacles, this could be many things, but the King of Pentacles coming out, this could be to have your own business, or to elevate in your career, or to like just become really financially independent and abundant, so that you don't have to rely on the system perhaps to pay your bills, but to make your own money somehow. So that could be actually very important for you on the spiritual journey. You're definitely on a spiritual journey, definitely on an enlightenment journey. And I think it's to like either make a business out of it. It's definitely to be your own boss, or a boss of some sort, and to be very abundant, financially just stable. And I think that's very important for you to not live off like donations and like paycheck to paycheck and just like not knowing where you're gonna get paid. It's very important for you to establish financial security in your life, and stability, and like a stable home life, so that you can focus on your deepest calling, on your purpose. Now, this might also mean that you are married to someone who takes care of you financially, like this is a masculine figure. So if you're feminine, like your husband, you know, goes to work and makes money and, you know, does the grind or whatever, and you're at home living your spiritual purpose, like that's also a thing that might be what your soul needs. Like basically, whatever it takes, you need to make sure that you're financially taken care of. Because otherwise you're just going to be stressed about money, and you're not going to be able to focus on your purpose, on your spiritual purpose. And in a way, like, making your money and figuring out how to do that is already helping you become more conscious, and it is already part of your spiritual journey. But I feel like you have more of a journey beyond just those lessons. It's to maybe teach this to other people with the blue stone that you chose. This is about the throat chakra. It's about communication. So maybe you're meant, and then all this blue and the swords are about communication. So maybe you are meant to be a spiritual teacher, and you're meant to teach these concepts to other people, like on what you've learned, right? Give people the clarity that you have gained in your own life. So yeah, this could either be a partner, this could be your energy, but something about making money from this, or just making sure that you're financially well off so that you can focus on your calling. So what is their calling? Oh my God. So we have the Four of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is literally like the same picture. This is about communicating something. This is about having an epiphany. Part of your calling is about having a new clarity of insight, just new vision, a new way of looking at something, having a complete paradigm shift and an expansion in your consciousness. I mean, the Three of Wands is about expansion and growth and awareness. So you're expanding your consciousness, and you're communicating that in some way. With the Four of Cups, I almost feel like this is complacency. Like you're not taking the calling. You're not answering the calling. Okay, I do know about 11 life paths. Now, you don't have to be an 11 life path for this to resonate. Like, it's just the energy that's coming through. But especially if you are an 11 life path, or if you have that as your soul urge number, your destiny, or your personality number, you were born on the 11th, like that energy is strong in you. And what that is saying to me is, or what I know about the 11 life path is, it's either they completely go and pursue their purpose and follow their life's biggest call, because they have a big life purpose. 11 life paths are not easy. They have a higher calling. They're meant to be of service and help heal. They're natural healers, helpers, spiritual teachers, like just a lot of like intuitive, high vibrational energy. So if they are not fulfilling that purpose like all the way, then it's like they stay just really, really on the opposite end of that spectrum, and they are like live very unfulfilling lives. You know, they live very much in ego and avoiding their life's calling, but it's not like they have like an okay life. It's like it's really shitty, like, because it's either one or the other. It's like really opposite ends of the spectrum. So there could be a potential here, or like a risk of you just not pursuing this calling, this higher calling, and staying just on the sidelines and letting life pass you by and missing out on this opportunity that the universe, your soul, signed up for. Universe is offering to you of ascension and expansion and growth and evolution and elevation and enlightenment. But if you're not taking that, if you're not answering the calling, then you're just going to stay bored and unfulfilled and disinterested, emotionally numb forever, because that's not where your soul wants to be. And your soul talks to you, right? It talks to you through your happiness and through your passion. So when you do feel alive, that's a good sign. When you feel bored and disinterested and numb, that's not where, that's your intuition saying like, nah, this is not a place I want to hang out. And good things are coming to you. You just can't yet see it. And you're a magical person. I mean, you have this unicorn energy. Like you are, you're definitely here to ascend. And then we have, when your plans suddenly change or get canceled, go with the flow and know that I am redirecting you to what you actually need. So that's like the universe telling you that. So that's the other thing with the ego energy, you know, is that the ego really, like I said, like it really wants to know how things are going to happen, when they're going to happen. It feels safe in knowing the future. Okay. And when you don't know the future, when there's so much up in the air and it's just so much uncertainty, your ego is not comfortable. It gets scared. It's like, no, I don't know how to go with the flow. I don't know how to release. I don't know how to trust the universe. I don't know, because what if I can't deal with that situation? What if? That's that false narrative. Okay. So if you do have trouble with that, like your plans changing or just things changing in your life that you expect to go one way and then it doesn't, how do you react in those situations? How do you react? And I think that's a good measure of your level of consciousness and how much you've grown and evolved as a person, as a soul. Because if in those situations when your plans change and things go opposite of what you expected, if you can adjust and be flexible and adapt to the changes and go with the flow and be like, okay, let me reevaluate, let me redirect, let me reroute, let me, okay, I need a minute to process. Okay, maybe you want to be angry for a second, but then can you readjust and continue on this new path, or are you going to stay angry and complaining for 5,000 hours about like, oh my God, why did this happen? Oh my God. Or be scared, like, no, I can't do this. You shut down and you become complacent. So like, how do you react in those kinds of situations? And, the goal would be to learn to go with the flow and be adaptable, because life has changed. Like we have learned over this pandemic that we are definitely not in control and anything can happen at any moment. So you need to really just go with the flow, allow, right? Let it all flow to you, let go of control and expectations. Trust that when your plans change, it's the universe redirecting you to what you actually need. Like that's how you trust. That's how you accept that when things aren't going your way, somebody breaks up with you, your life, you lose your job, you get fired, like bigger plans changing, you know, not just small things, but big things. You need to trust that that is the universe saying, hey, this is not for you. And if you can't realize that because you can't make the change because you're living an ego or an illusion, well, I'm gonna make you leave. Like the universe knows your blueprint, right? It knows your soul contract. So it's like, you know what? No, we're done here. We're done here. And that's called the tower moment. That's like the universe coming in and changing things up because this is stuff that's not meant for you. And we need to clear this out. And I'm here to help you because you and the universe are co-creating, right? Your soul wants it. Your ego doesn't want it. Your ego's attached. Your soul wants it. So in a way, you're manifesting it. Your soul's manifesting it, but your ego is resisting it. And so the universe comes in and it just shakes it up so that you just do it. And then you cry and you're sad and you hate your life for a week or however long. But then you adjust and you're like, holy fucking shit, I would have never made that change without the universe making me make that change. But thank God that happened because, I'm so much happier. Like I'm so much more on the path I need to be on. I'm aligned, you know, all of that good stuff. And we have what other than Jupiter expansion? Of course, of course. Yes, Sun being at the bottom. So you are meant to radiate in your, just be your highest, truest self, okay? Your most authentic self, truly. Being is very important to you. Being who you are. Being rather than doing, right? The doing energy is all ego. It's just very like, okay, let's go, do. Let's stay busy. Let's avoid our feelings and our thoughts and our true self. And it's really uncomfortable to be in silence. So let's just fill the air with words. And I can't sit next to this person not talking. I have to say stuff, even though it's empty. The things, you know, that's ego. And then your soul's like, no, I'm just going to chill. I'm not going to say anything. Let's be in the silence. Let's be in the presence. Let's be in this present moment. Let's be, right? Just be. So that is something that you're learning in this lifetime. And then we have Jupiter with expansion. This is Sagittarius energy. So again, this is about seeking your own truth. It's about not believing the beliefs, you know, the ideas, the not having the mindset, the paradigm, all of that, letting all of that go. That isn't actually what you chose. It's just something you've been programmed to believe through society, through your childhood, parents, friends, whatever that you see, TV. And thinking for yourself, finding your own truth, expanding your awareness, your consciousness, philosophy, right? Learning new topics, learning about spirituality, psychology, philosophy, just like, it's about growing and evolving your mind, your consciousness. And having a really positive perspective, you know, with Jupiter. It is about optimism. And this is also a very lucky energy. So I feel like you are naturally a very lucky person. You probably attract a lot of good things to you easily. Good people. You know. What else? Let's pull one of these and then we'll pull some tarot. Actually, I want one more of these. What else? Why else is group 3 here on Earth? Like, what else is their soul here to learn or accomplish? We have be what you seek. Let your desires inspire you to transform. Match the vibration of what you want. It is to elevate. It is to learn to manifest. You're on this spiritual journey. I mean, it's to learn how to create your own reality. To recognize that you are not your thoughts. That you, the soul, the awareness, you are the awareness. The thought is not you. The thought is just a thought. So when you have a thought that I'm ugly, you know, or this is what's going to happen, you believing that thought is you identifying with that thought. That's ego energy. But you recognizing that you're the awareness, the being that's aware of that thought and is actually in control of that thought, That is true empowerment. That's when you're like, holy shit, now I have control over my reality. Now, me as the awareness above this person, this human, I can dictate and I can guide which way I want my thoughts to go. What do I want to think? What do I want to believe? What do I want to focus my attention on? And that is how you create your own reality. And that's something that you're learning in this lifetime. Your soul came here to master that. This is a very evolved soul. Like, you're a very evolved soul. Like, you're a wise soul. You're an old soul. You know, you've had many lifetimes and you've learned so many things that this time around, you're not even fucking around with the small shit. You're like, I'm going straight to enlightenment. That's what's happening in this lifetime. And I'm going to teach others. So let's see about that. So what is pile 3's like purpose here on earth? What is their purpose? Like, they're meant to be on this enlightenment journey, evolve their consciousness, and then what are they meant to do with that? You know, that's enough if you just are that. Like, you don't have to do much with that. You don't have to become a teacher. You don't have to have your own business around it. Honestly, it's enough if you are living in the light as much as possible and you're functioning out of like truth and soul and like consciousness, not ego and fear. That in itself is already enough and changing the world, because every single person you come into contact with, you have an impact on. You talk to people, right? You have relationships with people. They sense your energy, they sense your vibe. And there's something that happens there in that exchange that elevates them as well, or helps them see things in a different way. Now, of course, if you want to take it to the next level and actually formally teach it, that's fine too. But you don't have to. Okay, so what is group 3's, like, why are they here on Earth? I'm not going to take these, but we basically have repeating energies. We have the King of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords, which that's what this reminds me of. And then we have the 10 of Swords. So it's not settling, not giving into societal pressure and letting that take over you and get the best of you. Okay, so there's something about decisions here. So I just saw Soul Tribe. It just kind of flipped over here behind me. So we'll take that. It's strength. Finding your soul tribe is a blessing. Is a blessing that reaps many benefits. You are being asked to reach out and explore to find your soul connections. They will feel familiar, safe, and trusted when you meet them. Send out your intention to connect with your soul tribe and see who comes your way. So I definitely feel like you are, because you're on this like special journey in life that honestly not a lot of people are on, like 5% of the population, I would say, if that, you know, is genuinely like ready for this, ready for this. This is not an easy journey. Enlightenment or like spiritual awakening and, you know, living as an awakened human being in this very brainwashed type of world is not easy. And it's not easy for that reason, but it's also like it's shadow work and dark night of the soul and facing your fears and facing your real shit, your issues. It's ugly. It's not pretty. Okay. It's not like, oh, love and light, that's spiritual enlightenment. No, that's not how it goes. And so this isn't easy, you know, like you're going to come across a lot of roadblocks, a lot of challenges, a lot of inner shit that you have to deal with. And I think it would be easiest for you to do this with your soul tribe. And so part of the reason that you're here on this earth is to connect with your soul tribe. So all your little soul people, you guys signed this little contract together that, all right, we're going to come to earth together and we're going to find each other and we're going to help each other because this fucking shit sucks. Just kidding. I don't know. Maybe your soul's excited, but I think your soul's aware that it's not easy. The human journey is not easy and it's not going to be easy. And it knows it's not going to be easy. So it's like, all right, let's get our homies together, our little soul tribe people together to make this as easy as possible because this is already going to be hard. So we'll need each other and we'll all be on this journey together. You know, more or less, like kind of like the same-ish path, and we can really support each other, and we're there for each other. And this could be like a romantic soulmate, you know, also in there. It could be a mom, a dad, a sibling. It could be friends. It could be anyone in your soul tribe who is really just here making you feel like you're not alone. You know, feeling like you're not crazy. You're not crazy, because that can get hard, you know, when you're awakened in a world of unawakened people. It can get really lonely, and you can feel like you are going crazy because no one understands or relates to you. So I think that that's like part of the thing, like part of your soul's mission is to find your soul tribe. And you do have a soul tribe. There's at least 3 people, and they're going to give you strength on this journey. And you have a lot of, I think, options. Honestly, you have a lot of choices in how you, in what you want to do with this in the physical world, with this spiritual perspective, I guess, that you live by. Like, there's a lot of different ways you can go about this. I think you have free will in that. Anything else about Group 3's life purpose? Or the 6 of Pentacles, there's definitely, I think, something to do with giving back to the community and being of service to other people. That will definitely be very attractive to you, or enticing for you, to be of service, right? To help others, to give back to the community. Yeah, I think that you definitely do want to make it physical. So bring it down to earth, because we have the 2 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles. So you have this gift, and really the gift is it could come to life in many ways, but I think in essence it's just that you are on this, your soul is here to wake the fuck up and to evolve. Like, or well, actually your human self is here to wake up. Your soul's already cool. Your human self is here to wake up, and your soul is here to evolve, and that's the journey. And however that wants to come to life and manifest is like kind of up to you. But I'm seeing here that you're gonna want to work with other people physically and make money maybe from this, and make this into your skill. Like, master this, like hone in on something, find your niche, and then really be of service and help people in that way. The Lovers. You definitely have choices in how you want to do this. I think the universe is supporting you either way. I don't think there's a right answer for this. I don't think that there's any one way your soul specifically signed up to do this. You know, I think your soul's main mission is to elevate and to live in the light and to become enlightened. Like however that happens. And whatever you want to do with that, I don't know how this works, but what I feel like, and based on just like a lot of spiritual texts that I've read, is that your soul kind of has like a base plan. Like, okay, this is kind of the destiny. Like, this is going to be your like, this is what you need to accomplish in this lifetime. But you have free will, and you can choose in what way you go about it, but this is kind of like the ultimate goal. And so, like, for you, the ultimate goal would be spiritual enlightenment. And then your soul gave you the free will, the green light, to choose how you would like to attain that and what you would like to do with that once you have enlightenment. Because I think your soul trusts that once you are enlightened, then you will naturally make the right, best choices of what to do with that wisdom, because you're not operating out of ego anymore, right? You're awakened. So you're naturally going to follow your soul, and that's naturally just going to be, but you have so many different ways that you can, it's like, that's where you kind of have fun, and you're like, oh, I can do, or maybe like throughout your life it changes. Because we have, this is Gemini energy here, the Lovers. So this could be within your relationships as well. So that's so it could be you're working in a community and you're giving back to people. You're being of service, you know. It could be that you're just mastering a skill and working really hard, and maybe having your own business around this. It could also be that you are doing this through your romantic relationships and really helping your partners elevate through those relationships. It can also be that you're helping people who struggle with anxiety and their own ego, where like they can't see the truth, and you're counseling them in some way. And then we have the World. This is definitely like completing this cycle for you, though. On this earth, like in this lifetime, you are like healing all of the karma. I don't even know if that's possible, but I don't know, this might be your last lifetime here on earth. I mean, don't run with that. But with the World coming out, this is like endings, completions, success, accomplishments, the end of the cycle. This is Saturn, this is karma, karmic cycles coming to a close. So it could be that, I mean, what else is there, right? Spiritual enlightenment. And then, I mean, what else can you attain? You have found home, right? You have found home. And obviously there's different levels of enlightenment. It's not like you don't have an ego. It's just you're aware of your ego. And, you know, you could be 80% of the time conscious, and the other 20, like, yeah, obviously I have an ego and it still gets the best of me. So you're not like 100% living in the light like a monk or whatever. So there's different levels, I think, to enlightenment. But maybe by the end of this lifetime, you will be at that point of true surrender. So surrendered that you truly are okay with anything. You have no attachment. You have zero attachment to the physical world or to any outcome. You are completely let go and not in control, and you're okay with that. That's true peace, right? And then you're done. You fulfilled your karma. And then who knows where you're going next? Maybe a different planet. Maybe you come back again to help other people in the next lifetime to attain this. So you come back already like a freaking Buddha or something. I don't know. So yeah, that is basically what I'm getting. That's why you're here on earth. I hope that resonates with you. I feel like you would know if this resonates with you. Obviously you're here at the end of this reading, so it did, but you would already know if this is your life path, because you would have already been into like spirituality and philosophy and like, ooh, personal growth and how can I learn more about myself. And, you know, I feel like you would naturally be drawn to the occult or to spirituality or psychology. Or you know what, maybe not. Maybe you just have one day like just a random epiphany where you just wake up and you're like, whoa. But I just kind of feel like there would be like clues and hints to this being your journey. Like your soul isn't just like totally dead and numb and then you wake up one day. I feel like it would have given your intuition, and the universe would have given you many hints and signs that this is part of your soul's path. You could have ignored them, but I feel like there would have been indications throughout your life that like, oh, hell, of course, this makes so much sense, you know? So yeah, that's your reading. I hope that that was helpful and it resonated and you enjoyed that. If you did, I'd love to hear in the comments below. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all the best, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.